Welcome to Knicks.com. Jonah Ballow here with Carmelo Anthony, who is the winner of the NBA Community Assist Award for the month of November. But you've been doing this for a long time. But I actually want to talk about, what goes through your mind in terms of giving back to the community, and what has changed maybe from when you first got into the league until now, where you're a veteran, you know what to do, and in terms of what you want to give back.
Yeah, I think the most important part is kind of figuring out where you're influential at and what you can do. I know we, as athletes and as people of stature, we have so many different opportunities to help a lot of different people, but you can't help everybody. So you got to find out where you can be consistent at, and it comes down to where your heart is at. Wherever your heart is at, that's what you take care of. And I'm all about community, all about giving back. Not just talk about it. I'm actually in the trenches. I actually like to be out there and talk to the people, touch the people, feel the people. But for me, it was just more of where my heart was at, and that's what it comes down to.
You have a young son, and did that change things for you in terms of when you look at your son and seeing other kids around the world and sort of how you can give back? Does that change your perspective a little bit?
Well, yeah, a little bit, because being around him, being around his friends, being around just that core group of kids, that age group. You hear a lot, you see a lot. And for me, I just sit back sometimes and I observe and I listen. I ask kids questions when I'm around them. They might not even know that I'm gaining a lot of information from just having a conversation with them. And some of that insight that they give me is very helpful. So I take that back to the drawing board and see what I can do.
That's very interesting. And as a man, and you came into this league as a teenager.
Yeah.
How does your perspective change over those years and learning what you can do really in the community?
Well, we can do a lot. I know we can do a lot. I know I can do a lot, so I'm going to continue doing it, whether I get a community assist award or not. I'm going to continue doing it. I mean, that's where my heart is at. That's what I like to do. I like to give back to the community. Well, my thing is if I can help a couple people, then I'm doing my job. And I've been doing that so far. I'm blessed to be in the situation that I'm in. And my work is still to come.
Some of the pieces that we've seen on you, we've been there every step of the way for a long time, is the West 4th Street, the refurbishment there, Puerto Rico, you've been out there. Donating those courts and also giving back not only to the community, but building up youth basketball, making sure they have a place to play like you did. How important is that?
Well, that's where it started at, the youth. We got to take care of the youth. We got to give our youth some hope. We got to give them something to look forward to. So for me, it was just about building basketball courts and, putting facilities in different places in different areas. And like I said, I'm going to continue doing that. I'm working on, a bunch of stuff right now, actually in Baltimore, where, I can't really talk about it right now, but it's going to be kind of game-changing in the community of Baltimore. So I'm excited about that.
You mentioned this is an important thing, too. It's not just about the money. It's about the time that you spend. And we see it as well when the cameras are off and people are away, that you do give a chance to speak with these kids and some of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we've seen some of the kids that have been specific on their agenda to meet you. What's that like for you when you get a chance to speak with them one-on-one and actually spend some quality time with them?
It puts a lot of things in perspective for me. When I go home after a game and win, lose, or draw, you're thinking about the game, you're thinking about your life, you're thinking about your situation. But when you see those Make-A-Wish kids, it puts a lot of things in perspective to realize that what I'm doing is just a game. That's just a game of basketball. What some of these kids is doing out here is playing with the game of life. So it's a big difference.
And finally, I just want to talk about representing not only the New York Knicks and your teammates. How important is that for these young guys coming in, Kristaps Porzingis, the rookie, to see what you do, and you can tell them this is part of the NBA game. It's not just what you do on the court, but outside of the court as well.
Well, hopefully what I'm doing, a lot of people can just, follow that. And following it in their own way. Not saying I want to do what Melo was doing, but follow it and pick something and find something that they're close to, that they feel comfortable with, and kind of trying to change somebody's life in some way, shape, or form. So, hopefully what I'm doing is just kind of leading by example, and they see what I'm doing, and it gives a lot of people opportunities to come on board.
Not only congratulations for November, but we've seen you over the past 5-6 years I've been here in New York. Congratulations on that entire career span of really giving back to the community. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
There he is, Carmelo Anthony, right here on Knicks.com.